Jewish teachings about money are really intimidating. It is something we have never ever thought of. Maybe that is why in the US, Jews typically do have the largest incomes. Today, we will unveil the money secrets of the Jews. Make the best use of this video. The money code, which Jews have known for centuries, can be found in the books containing history's greatest wisdom. Jewish religious texts. Religion influences a person's success and finances. Because it shapes values and priorities, contributes to the set of competencies from which action is constructed, and may provide important social contacts, according to the book. As a result, religion plays an important role in wealth accumulation. According to the author, being raised Jewish and practicing Judaism leads to wealth accumulation. As a result, he extracts 7 key money codes from Jewish religious books. Then he welcomes you to study and implement them in order to obtain wealth. Number 1. Wisdom. Wisdom is defined as the ability to discern or judge what is true, right, or lasting based on one's experience. It is the application of knowledge in practice. King Solomon is a pivotal figure in Jewish history. The Tanakh, Old Testament, credits Solomon with the construction of the first temple in Jerusalem. He was the wisest and wealthiest man of his time because he desired wisdom above all else. I am giving you a wise and understanding heart, so that there has never been anyone like you, and there will never be anyone like you again, God said. I am also giving you what you did not ask for, riches and honor, greater than any other king throughout your life. This is due to the fact that with great wisdom comes great wealth and success. As a result, the author suggests following Solomon's lead and praying for wisdom and a compassionate heart. Success and wealth will follow. He recommends affirmative prayer, a scientific prayer that focuses on a positive outcome for non-religious people. Ultimately, rather than pursuing wealth, pursue wisdom. Don't exhaust yourself in pursuit of wealth. Be smart enough to desist. It's no longer there if you make your eyes rush at it. For wealth will surely grow wings like an eagle flying off to the sky. First comes pride, then disgrace, but with the humble comes wisdom, the saying goes. Poverty and shame are for him who won't be taught, but he who heeds reproof will be honored. Number 2. Traditions. Jewish families have traditionally encouraged the pursuit of wealth accumulation, high-income careers, and investing. Wealth and success are important to Jewish families. While many ethnic and religious groups place a premium on the afterlife while dismissing this world, Jews regard wealth and success as a blessing and gift from God. Everyone to whom God has given riches and wealth, along with the power to enjoy it, so that he takes his allotted portion and finds pleasure in his work, this is a gift of God. The Tanakh says, "The Lord makes some people poor and others rich. He brings some down and lifts others," the Tanakh says. The author also cites Professor Lisa I. Keister's study on religion's influence on wealth, stating that conservative Protestants are at the bottom of the wealth distribution. According to the author, many Christians who regard poverty as virtuous base their beliefs on the fact that Jesus lacked many possessions. Nonetheless, Jesus had money, which Judas managed on his behalf. According to the author, many Christians misunderstand that the problem is not money, but attachment to possessions and reliance on money rather than God. He reminds us that many Greek philosophical schools held that all physical matter was flawed. Because much Greek thought was incorporated into Christian doctrine, he later claims that poverty crept into Christian denominations. People looked for scriptures to back up their points of view by taking verses out of context. According to the author, money is not the source of all evil. Rather, it is a neutral substance that can be used for good or evil, depending on who uses it and how it is used. Number 3. Work. The Talmud covers the subject of what a person should do to become rich. Let him engage much in business and deal honestly. The Tanakh states, "The diligent will rule, while the lazy will be put to forced labor." The author makes his point by stating that the majority of Jews work for themselves and hire employees rather than employees. He then uses the words of German politician Julius Streicher. It is an open secret that Jews do not work, but rather let others work for them. Jews believe that people should be creators rather than consumers. In the morning, sow your seed and don't slack off until evening, for you don't know which sowing will do well, says the Tanakh. Discussing work, the author also refers to the limits of the law of attraction and uses the verses of the Tanakh to disregard it. In all work there is profit, but mere talk produces only poverty. Only through hard work can results in wealth be produced. Idle hands bring poverty, diligent hands bring wealth. Number 4. Investing. According to the Talmud, one's money should always be ready to hand, which means that we should always have money available for investment. According to him, 33% of Jews invest in financial assets, while 7% of mainline Protestants, 4% of Catholics, and 0% of conservative Protestants do. If you don't sow, how will you harvest? Said banker Edmund Safra. According to the author, on the path to wealth, a person may have to cut back on spending for a period of time and save as much as possible. Those who love pleasure become poor. Those who love wine and luxury will never be rich, the Tanakh says. The author promotes the idea of working hard, saving, and accumulating in order to invest in financial assets and eventually achieve the desired return to support one's lifestyle or future needs. On this topic, he expresses concerns for the current consumerist culture and quotes the Tanakh, which says, "The wise have wealth and luxury, but fools spend whatever they got." The Book of Law also states that time is money, but also money is time. For every luxury costs so many precious hours of life. As a result, put off buying everything you want until you can truly afford it. Indivisible financing forces you into servitude. Number 5. The law. Natural law, also known as the law of nature, is a legal system established by God. Order is represented by the law. The author refers to the iron law of human destiny, also known as the law of action and reaction. He then goes over the 7 universal laws that God gave to Noah. Non-Jews must also follow these laws if they are to be blessed. On this subject, the author returns to the concept of poverty. Those who are poor are not expected to do much because they do not understand the Noahide laws against idolatry, theft, murder, adultery, cruelty to animals, blasphemy, and etc. What can we expect from the poor, says the Tanakh? They are illiterate. They are ignorant of the Lord's ways. They don't understand God's laws. Poverty and shame are for him who won't be taught, but he who heeds reproof will be honored. Following these laws will benefit non-Jews and non-religious people. Several laws contain warnings against dishonesty or greed. Wealth gotten by dishonesty shall be diminished, but he that gathered incrementally shall have an increment. Greedy people try to get rich quickly, but don't realize they're headed for poverty, the Tanakh says. Number 6. The tithe. The tithe is an abbreviation for 1/10. Religious Jews donate 1/10 of their income to the poor. This is an ancient Jewish method for becoming wealthy. Abraham contributed 1/10 of everything. Tithe in order to become wealthy, the Talmud says. Tithing is a qualification for wealth in and of itself. It's like collaborating with God to keep the world going. Neither poverty nor wealth is due to the craft, but all depends on merit. Try to accumulate merit. The more you accumulate, the more divine energy you attract, and the more successful you will be. Number 7. Charity. Even a poor man who lives on charity should give charity, the Talmud says. If he does this, heaven will not punish him again. An offering is anything given in addition to the tithe. The author repeats the law of cause and effect, stating that you must give before you can receive. The Tanakh says, "He who gives to the poor will lack nothing, but he who hides his eyes will get curses in plenty." In this final chapter, the author quotes Anglican Methodist clergyman John Wesley to summarize it. Earn as much as you can, save as much as you can, invest as much as you can, give as much as you can. It's especially interesting to see how the book discusses poverty and lack of affluence. We are a long way from religious doctrines that almost idealize poverty, defend it, and paternally suggest ways to mitigate it. The message is clear. It is necessary to escape poverty, avoid needy conditions, and prevent jobs that do not provide us with adequate time to study, grow, and become wiser. We can be frugal and live below our means in order to save enough, invest more, live our values, and give back to society. Hope you find this video helpful. Let us know by liking this video. Share this with your friends. More videos will now appear on your screen. Click and enjoy them. We will be back with another prominent content. Till then, bye.